really good at my job or you're a believable actor, choose. Do I have a runner? Anyone? Go, grab. Anyone? Raise your hand for questions. Stand up. None. Oh. I'll swap. I shall, tap. There you go.
Back again. Let's try it again.
Trust me, I've dealt with worse technical issues. We took a telly off on Monday for a shot, and it was working perfectly fine. And when we put it back up, it started making this noise. Which was okay because it was 5 o'clock and we were finishing at 6. Then Wednesday, that noise was still there. We started at 7 a.m. and we finished at 6 all day. And I got in at 6:30 and set up everything. I went, oh crap, that noise is still there. I will tell sound. I will tell the assistant directors. I will tell the director. I will tell the actors. Every 5 minutes, Jake, there's this noise. Can you fix it? I've gone, no. But then you'd watch someone go up to the telly and do this. It's funny watching 50 people all think they can fix a problem by hitting a telly. Admittedly, they've seen me go up to that TV before and fix problems just by hitting it. But when you see the 17th person go up to it and go, it kind of becomes beyond joke. And the worst bit was sound was like, I told sound because that's the biggest annoyance. If you have a plane goes over, sound can pick it up. A car 5 streets away backfires, sound can pick it up. These mics are fairly good. In TV, they're really good. If you're talking three blocks away, they can catch you at times. So if this noise, and it's literally that loud, is going the whole day, it's going to screw up their take. So the first thing you do is you don't want to piss off sound, then you don't want to piss off camera. So I went, it's that noise. I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix it. I've told my boss. Everyone kept coming up to me, can we fix it? Can we fix it? Can we fix it? I'm like, it's a noise, it's made in the telly. Well, do you know what it is? I've gone, I'm not an electrician, I'm an IT person. I'll take the TV apart for fun, but it won't work, and we've at least got vision working on it. So let's hope it just stays like that. It was like, the worst bit was, I'll just go upstairs and complain to your boss about it because, that will get it faster. I've gone, no. What will happen is, you'll go and complain to my boss, and you'll be the 5th person to complain about my boss. He'll come downstairs and hit me because it will obviously be my fault that this problem occurs. On Friday, they gave us a new TV to replace, and before we decided to waste the effort of hanging it up, we plugged the new TV in, and it had this noise. And I sat there lying on the floor, and I've had a really bad week. I've worked all day. I've had some tragedy in my life this week. I'm lying on the floor, and all I couldn't do was just stop laughing. And he's going to me, it's obviously not the TV's fault. I'm going, it's the TV's fault. How do you know it's the TV's fault? Well, that plug up there is the plug we plug the current TV into. I've unplugged it from the TV on the floor because it's closer, and it's giving us this problem. Trust me, it's the new TV's fault. And then 20 minutes of my boss and his assistant arguing with me that it's obviously not. I've gone, I will get you 15 different extension leads from different locations in this set. I'm telling you it's the TV. There's a million to one that happened. 20 minutes later, you're right, pack up the TV, let's go. I want to have a t-shirt on set that says, why argue, I'm right, you'll just waste all our time. Questions?
Thanks.
That's all right, sorry.
I'm trying to start up this tech help business, but I do it and I charge like $30 an hour, right? But
expensive.
Oh, well, I used to charge 15, but I was told I needed to up the price because I wasn't getting any business.
No, that's fair.
So how do I get business?
No. Advertising is not your best way. Word of mouth. I have my job in the industry because of my reputation, pure and simple. I worked on one show 8 years ago, and while we were shooting it, they had graphics and they did it in PowerPoint, which I was amused about, but PowerPoint was what they chose. they were using one of the graphics completely incorrectly. They were having a secretary type. And in the middle of the scene, I turned to the director and went, give me 15 minutes, I will redo the graphic so it looks realistic. And being good, responsive, and being aware is what makes you work. As a tech person, you need to be good and responsible and reliable. I have a friend who has that business, and he gets all his work by word of mouth. He does no advertising but have business cards. And he is now a tech consultant for Eddie McGuire's media company. To the point where he tells the other day, it's a good story, that he was working in the office, Eddie had never seen him before. And he goes, he's sitting here at the desk, and Eddie walks past on the phone, gets off the phone, talks to someone, and walks out. Guy he's talking to goes, yeah, Eddie wanted to know who you were, because he'd never seen you before. 1 week later, Eddie is personally calling my friend to fix something, because Eddie's in the US trying to watch a footy game. Reputation. If you're $30 an hour, that's fairly cheap for doing it. You need to be aware that you can't charge too much depending on your clients. So if you're working for mums and dads and stuff, you can't go much higher than $50. And you can't be, my friend started off with $50 for the call out, $25 every hour after he was there. So if he had to spend all day there, it costed this much. But if he had to go for just 1 hour to fix something, it was $50. Be good, be reliable. Your personal way you interact with people is also a good thing. My friend who's very technical knows a lot more about computing than I do, could probably network your whole place in 20 minutes, but no one wants to deal with him a lot of the time. Our friends, when they want tech support, they call me because they don't want the 50-minute lecture of, well, if you buy a Mac, you would have bought a PC, and if you listened to me 3 times ago, why don't you just do this? Or the mock, if you just can be very personable, be very attentive, and just be nice. People go, well, I know this good IT guy. Here's his number. And it literally happens the same thing for me. I don't apply for jobs. They seem to just call me up. I have people calling me up, and this is the phone call. Oh, hi, Jake. My name is X. I got your number off Y, who you worked with on this show. I'm wondering, we're doing this new show now. Could you come and help us out? And it's always that phone call that starts it. So the best thing for you to do is, it's going to take a while. I'm busy now. I'm working on 3 shows at the moment, off and on. And I lecture on the side because, well, I like teaching. But it took me a very long time to get this place. It's taken me 8 years to get here. So you got to be patient. You're young enough. By the time you're 25, you could be totally killing my friend who's working for Eddie, but before it kind of be fun to watch it. Don't think you're charging too much. $30 is about right, but sort of, if you need help, sometimes it doesn't hurt taking a hit in your back pocket for reputation. I've taken on a lot of free jobs for the fact that it will get me something later on. On set, I'm well known for having lollies as well. Nadia in the makeup department calls me a crack dealer because it's like, Jake, it's 4 o'clock. Do you need a lolly, Nadia? Camille said that to me on Friday. I've gone, oh, you got your own lolly? She goes, yeah, you didn't have any today. I've gone, well, I'm sick. I don't disease you all. She's gone, just like a true drug dealer, making me crave it. It's a good way. Be known as that person. Don't be known as that, annoying IT person. Be known as that awesome IT person who can do anything. You'll get a lot of work. So start slow. How many people are you working for now? 1, 2, none? 3? That's enough. You're doing 3 and you're still in high school? Yeah. 3 is plenty. It's good pocket money. Don't sit there, I'm going to make this my full-time job, but keep it as your side project, and you'll see those 3 people will probably bring you 3 more people. And it will eventually, by the time you're 22, you'll probably have 50 people who will call you up. Next question. Stand up. Stand up. Go for it.
What's the most unbelievable thing you've ever been asked to do?
This week I got asked. I will reveal some things about the plots, but this is about it. A guy stole one of the cop cars, and what he would do is rip out the GPS system. So they were tracking him by the radio signal. And my boss sends me, and my boss, Tao, I love him and hate him at the same time, at least admitted in the email, this sounds ridiculous. I've sat there and said this to the script department, and I've gone, oh good, you've already told the script department, I don't have to. they wanted a map, and I describe my job on Rush as I am the king of dots on maps. Here is a map, here is a dot, and it's moving slowly, we're tracking it. Or here is a map, and we're zooming in to find a dot. Lots of it is told through dots on maps. They wanted a screen that could show that they were tracking this guy through the radio signal, but you couldn't know exactly where he was because it's a radio signal. You could know what tower he was off. And nothing I could do did not make it look cheesy. So I simply told the director, I haven't made the screen. And he was like, okay, Jake, I believe that you can't do it. That's good. I don't have to shoot it. I'm like, thank Christ. Because if you want, I've had directors go, no, make it now. And literally in the time it takes to shoot a scene, I'm in the background of a shot. You can sometimes see it working on actually making the thing to go on the screen. The worst thing I had was we were doing something in season 1 with video, and it was a zoom. And they wanted to zoom. You know, CSI has zoom and has perfect clarity. I don't let that happen. I literally say, no, write the line for Leon to say, no, the cameras are crap and they're not going to get any better, clearer. It will take 3 days for me to run anything to make this look better. And they've thankfully written that line. So now when we do zoom, 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 it's because we had an awesome camera, thank God. But yeah, that is the worst thing I've had to do. File deletings, you know, your hard drive has been erased kind of stuff. I've avoided that for most of my time. I've yet to have to do it. Next question? No? Run, Ben? Anyone?
What is the most interesting / humorous / coolest graphic you've ever made for a show?
I'm very proud of my dots on maps. Because, and it was a director who told me this. Grant Brown's a great director. He's actually currently directing one of the Underbelly movies that they're shooting around Melbourne or something. He goes, what I love is, and it's not a graphic, it's more the computer I've built for Rush. It's made my life 10 times faster and easier on set. And the appreciation I got for it from the actor, because if you have to do a change of something, it takes 20 minutes. Lighting takes 20 minutes, cameras moving take 20 minutes, and if we're running behind schedule, for some reason they all know we'll end on time if they go into the ops room. Moving dots on maps, having the proper tracking stuff happen, and having the police actually come up to us one day and go, can we get this system for us? Made me really happy that my stuff was believable. I've had the cops, the consulting cops come in and gone, so we want to buy your system. And we've sat there and gone, you do know it's a TV show. This stuff isn't real. And they've gone, but it's so good, you can track the cars and the... It's fake. He makes that stuff, and my boss is pointing at me, and I'm like, don't point cops in my direction. It's bad enough I work on this show. Yeah, I've had police really love our set, and then also they really hate the show at the same time. So I'm really proud of that. I worked on a show over summer. I can't talk about it due to my confidentiality agreement because they're insane. But the hardest thing about that show was I built everything in Flash, and it was perfectly as the director, as the actor, director, writer, editor, musician wanted it. And then we didn't get to show it to him because he's the actor, director, writer, producer. So 3 minutes before it's about to be shot on screen, he made 15 changes. My favorite one was, why can't it be like a real website? I'm going, because if you wanted it as a real website, I would have built it as a real website. You wanted it as this. I don't want that anymore. And then spent the next 18 hours not sleeping. Immediately, I had also, for this show, come off a plane from Singapore where I didn't sleep, did work where it was interactive, sort of video camera, switching and stuff. Worked for 41 hours and, was like, I'm going to kill you now. I wasn't allowed near him for the rest of the show. They put me in a room away, like literally away. Every time I finished work, my boss would take it to him, show it to him, and then bring it back to me with notes. I'm proud my thoughts on maps. It's my bread and butter. It's great. I love seeing how the script department always wants to use it in a new, different way. We've sometimes had to use box